Some of my friends have said this is one of the most beautiful gardens they've ever visited. Well, I don't know about that, but I have a dream. I have a dream to take my love for plants and combine it with my love for animals. Dream with me now to the Victorian glass houses that you go inside and they are filled with Victorian lilies, meandering paths, and many different types of tropical plants. And don't forget the ponds. Big, beautiful ponds with red-tailed catfish and Peroon sharks. And aquariums, community tanks with all the latest and greatest aquatic plants. Terrariums, vivariums, blue poison dart frogs and leopard geckos. This is not talk. This is a dream of mine and I will make it a reality. I have already started. Let me show you what I've done so far.
Yeah, tell me what you need. Oh, no, do that.
It's a live fish!
You said promise no buy no more.
Last
Okay.
one. Last one.
Okay, maybe that. How much for this?
You don't want to know.
Uh-huh.
I can't lift. I went and picked up this iridescent shark from the airport, and almost all of the water was out of the bag. He was almost dead. Luckily, he revived. This is always a risk when getting large catfish. He is over 30 inches long. I have quite a bit of a large fish collection here. Arowanas, tiger shovel noses, iridescent sharks, Peroon sharks, red-tailed catfish, leopard catfish, lynx catfish, jowl catfish, a lot of catfish. This 2,000 square foot greenhouse is my fish room. I have all these big blue tubs filled with Jurassic fish. They're all gonna come out and this is gonna be my jungle aquarium room. 2,000 square feet. And right next door, I'm gonna have another 1,000 square feet for all my fish. Well, welcome to my fish room. I started with the fish maybe 3-4 years ago. I had a few tanks in my house, and we filled them up quickly. I bought these blue tanks for $250 a piece. There's 10 of them, so it's a $2,500 purchase. So I bought these 3 big white tanks for $2,500. Then I went on Amazon and I bought filters. There was a restaurant going out of business, and this is a lobster tank. And I bought the lobster tank. And everything was just kind of hodgepodge. I probably had less than $10,000 into all the tanks and the filters and everything like that. And then I started collecting the fish. And it was kind of like eating potato chips. It's addicting. And then the next thing you know, I spend $10,000, I spend $20,000. I may have spent $30,000. But I can't see the fish. I can't see the fish, so I have to fix that. But it's tough, you know, because these blue tanks, I don't know if they're 500 gallons or they're 600 gallons. But if you buy a 500 or 600 gallon tank, it's not a cheap tank. It's like a $4,000 tank. And I would even like a bigger tank. I'm in a greenhouse and I saw the Dallas World Aquarium and I saw the Bronx Zoo. And I fell in love with both of them. And the Baltimore Aquarium too. The way they build aquariums and greenhouses, I think it's awesome. I currently have clear poly on the roof. I have aluminette on the top. It's like 72% shade, but I still struggle with algae. I have a couple of UV sterilizers and it does help, but the UV sterilizers are only doing a couple of tanks. When I first started this hobby, I was feeding tilapia fillet. And I understand tilapia fillets are good for a while, kind of like eating at McDonald's is good for a while. But you can't eat at McDonald's 24/7 year after year. So I went to a complete pellet, but not all my fish eat pellets. So I'm working with feeding whole frozen foods, looking at taking my tilapia fillets and fortifying it with Vitachem. So one of the things I have, which is really cool, is I do got centralized filtration where I don't have 40 tanks. Well, I do have 40 tanks, but I only have to do maybe 20 water changes or 10 water changes because I have all 4 of these tanks, actually all 7 of these tanks are on central filtration where they all got a standpipe, and you see it all comes out here, so I can turn this valve, I can turn that valve, and I can empty the tank. I shut this valve, I come over here, I can open this. So I can do automatic water changes. And I can do the automatic water changes on the 10 blue tanks and then the 3 2,500 gallon tanks. Then I use a sump pump to do the water changes on the smaller tanks. But it takes me maybe 4 hours a week, 5 hours a week to do my water changes. Okay, I'm just gonna go over the filtration here. Now, I'm not saying this is the best filtration. In fact, I'm telling you it's not the best filtration. But I got a 13-inch sand filter. I backwash like twice a week or 3 times a week. And I have a UV sterilizer right here. This is the sand filter. This is my pump. You can't see it in here, but I have a 35-gallon trash can filled halfway with those macaroni biological filtration. Then I have, this is a 6 cubic foot a minute air pump, and it just kind of stirs the macaroni around. And that's my system. I got the UV, I got the sand filter, I got the aerator, I got about 3 cubic feet of macaroni biological filter media. So if you see the unit from the top there, that's a regular trash can that you use at your house. That's nylon, a piece of nylon screen on the top. And like I said, we have air stone that goes to the bottom, and we got like 3-4 cubic feet of filter material. You're supposed to do about 50% open water and about 50% filter material, so it mixes really good. Like I said, I know that's not the best way to do it, but I think I put it all together for less than $1,000 a tank. I got like 5 of these units, and that's my filtration system. I just want to let everyone know I want the best for these fish. I want, within reason, the best water quality I can get, the best filtration I can get, the best diet I can get, but I'm kind of explaining how this journey started. I first started by buying all the tanks. Then, after that, I bought a bunch of filtration. Then I spent a lot more than that on the fish. So what I want to do, I just want to pause a little bit, beef up the filtration, beef up the diet, and get tanks I can see in, get tanks I can see the fish in. Now let me take you to the reptile portion of this video. Let me show you the displays I made for the Tropical Plant Expo, and then how I'm going to translate that into my reptile enclosures. I am standing here in front of our displays we made for the Tropical Plant Expo. The show was in January. We made these displays in December, and they're looking pretty good. This is what I want to do with my reptile enclosures. I want to put this in the reptile enclosures that I got from Stuart of Universal Rock, but I want to make this 6 feet wide and 7 feet tall and have all these plants along with animals. This one here is our cactus display. The last one was a succulent display, and we have not touched these at all. We just unloaded these 6 months ago and they've been sitting here. This will work. This is a sustainable display, and it will work, and it will work with animals. Now this one here, this is our rainforest display, and it has overgrown. And it still looks really cool, but I'm afraid if I put animals in here, I would not be able to find them. So I'll have to learn and put slower growing plants in here or put fewer plants in here. This has a $150 piece of driftwood, and I can't even see it in there anymore. I got 6 of these reptile enclosures. So I want to mix the live plants with the reptiles. This is one of the enclosures I was talking about. I can't wait to get live plants in here. I can't wait to get live animals here. And every single one of these is different. I have 6 of them. All 6 of them are different. Look at this one. This has a tree trunk in here. It's fantastic. Look at this one. Like I said, I have 6 of these, and no 2 are alike. Every one is uniquely different. And look at all the planting spaces I have here. It's amazing. So this right here is 1,100 gallon tank. A buddy of mine had a 3/4 inch pane of glass that he sold me for 500 bucks. It's like 10.5 feet by 40 inches. And he had it as an aquarium. So he took that aquarium down and he sold me the pane of glass. This is built out of 2x4s, plywood, and pond shield. And I would never do it this way again because this sucker was the better part of 1,000 bucks. You add the piece of glass and it's more than 1,000 bucks. But also too, I started it during COVID. So it's been a work in progress for 2 or 3 years. But this right here is 1,100 gallons. So I guess realistically, by Christmas, I want this whole thing filled with 20,000 gallons of fish. I want to see them all. Even if I don't have glass fronts, at least if I had them in a dark room, I should be able to handle the microalgae. We will see you next week, and don't forget to like and subscribe.